Now, this might be a hard lesson, although it comes in a very sweet package. This is a raspberry, and this is a raspberry plant, in case you haven't seen one before. All the good things in my life have been taught to me by nature. And whenever I eat a sweet and sour raspberry, I love that little crunch of the seeds in the middle. And it reminds me that the good things in our lives, the beautiful things in our lives, are meant to carry seeds for the future. Now, sometimes that means a job that makes way for other jobs, for other people. Sometimes that means a talent that gives back to the world. In relationships, it's also about evolution of the self or the individuals so that we can continue to grow in the same way that every raspberry, as beautiful and perfect and delicious as they are, has built in the capacity, oh my God, to create more raspberries, to move the energy and the life force forward. The difficult thing for us as people is that we come to identify with whatever we have or whatever we've created or whatever has fed us, nourished us, loved us. And then we become fearful of letting it go. We are so disconnected from nature that we forget that it is a law of nature that as we let go, we receive. And that there is no such thing as giving our gift, our act of service, our fruit up to the world and not to make way for new learning, new growth, new gifts. But it can feel like that. It can feel terrifying. It can feel like we are losing our very self or that somehow we are doing an act of harm. But this raspberry plant wants its seeds to be eaten, to be spread. This raspberry plant wants to grow and prosper, not just through this expression, not just through this raspberry, oops, there's another one, but through the next, and the next, and the next. So the lesson from this raspberry plant for me today is the importance of the ever spiraling cycles of life, that when we are caught in the energy of hanging on, controlling, being fixed, rigid, losing our curiosity, losing our faith, losing our ability to grow, to be curious, to surrender, to give back, and to learn, then somehow we're fighting a very natural process, even though it can feel unnatural at first. Maybe you can spend some more time in nature yourself, and maybe you can let the raspberries or the pine trees of your life remind you that everything you are in the middle of is perfectly lovable, forgivable, okay, and more than that, a part of an endless evolution. That's what your soul is here for. So maybe, just maybe, this will help remind you it's okay to let go. It's okay to move the energy forward.